Good morning and welcome to our morning service at Riverside Church. I've been thinking this week and been looking at Hebrews 11, which is an amazing passage. Just want to kind of share a couple of thoughts with you before I hand over to the team. It's all about faith, and it says here, what is faith? It is the confident assurance that something that we want is going to happen. It is a certainty that what we hope for is waiting for us, even though we can't see it. By faith, by believing God, we know that the world and the stars, in fact, all things were made at God's command, and they were made from things that we cannot see. So that's I think it's from the Jubilee edition, but I just love what it goes on to say from that. That faith is the confident assurance of things that we can't see, things that we hope for, things that we yearn for. And it's a certainty that those things are actually going to happen. And that certainty is based on a number of things. And before I go and just explain that, it goes on to say that by faith, and then it comes out with these incredible leaders of God who by faith were able to change the world upside down. And it mentions Abel, who obeyed God, Enoch, who was spared human death, Noah, who heard God's warning and built the ark, Abraham, who started a nation, Isaac and Jacob, who inherited a kingdom by faith, Sarah, who eventually became pregnant by faith, Moses' parents, who shielded him and saved his life, and then Moses, who brought his people out of slavery by faith. By faith, the walls of Jericho crumbled. And then it goes on to mention Gideon, Samson, David, Samuel, and Daniel. And it's all about us having faith in times of difficulty and trial, in times of uncertainty. And I just think that really speaks to me anyway at the moment, that what is faith? It's not some convoluted thing. It's not something that you can't grasp it, you can't touch it, you can't always see it, but it's something that you know. And we're about to look at the characteristics of God. God knew how important the spoken word is. And through his utterances, he made everything. Through his utterances, he gave us his name, Yahweh. And he did that because he wanted us to understand something of his character. And this morning, Ruth is going to start that new season where we're looking at the character of God as mentioned through his name. And through that understanding of God's character, we understand what faith is. Because we understand that God reveals himself to you and I in order to build us up, to challenge and to encourage us and to hold us. And so in the next few weeks, my prayer is that through our looking at what God's character is, we will be drawn into this relationship of faith. So it's all about this amazing character of God. And in the message, it kind of closes Hebrews 11 right at the beginning. It kind of says all what faith is, and it says this character of God, this faith, it is the firm foundation that makes life worth living. And so my hope and prayer is that as we come and we understand God's character, and through that we have an understanding of what he thinks we are and who he thinks we are, and who he sees in us, and the character of God that is actually manifest in each one of us, because we're made in his image, then we'll be drawn into faith, a faith that stands firm. So I'll hand over to the worship team, communion and prayer, and then we'll look forward to hearing from Ruth. So God bless you this morning, and enjoy the service.